You guys already know the deal. Man of Steel, Superman, similar to him. There's other super Kryptonians, other super beings that exist in this universe that are pretty cool. In this Man of Steel universe, movies that we're probably not going to see no more of, we've seen her in the movie with General Zod. She was like Zod's right hand. And just like Zod, she got powered up thanks to the yellow sun. You know, on Krypton, they were like normal human level strength. They was imprisoned in the Phantom Zone, of course. And she was among the other Kryptonians locked up. But you guys know when she came on Earth, she got crazy attributes like superhuman strength to the point where humans are literally a joke to her strength. She can't necessarily fly like Superman can, but she can jump really high thanks to her leg power under the yellow sun. There's implications that she has experience using bladed weapons and such. Maybe she got training in bladed weapons on Krypton or something. She was a military type person. I mean, there's implications like this that show that she's a trained fighter parrying Superman here. With her only weakness being that she had to wear this suit so she wouldn't get her senses overloaded. And if you did, you would technically weaken her if you got this stuff right here, for example. Off of her, it would actually hurt. It's not really much to go off of, so let's get into it. How strong are we talking when it comes to her, though? Her armor that she's wearing anyway is bulletproof, along with the fact even if you hit her skin, it wouldn't matter. She's bulletproof on her skin, too. Even though she can't fly, she has absurd running speed or just combat speed in general, how she's able to blitz through these beings before they can even react. You can see in occasions like this, not only tanking grenade launchers and bullets, but one-shotting multiple humans with ease. Let's get into it. She probably feels like a toothpick in her hand on how light she is, how slinging her. All of these soldiers, y'all just get slung. Thick structures like this. Without no key, she can just open it up with her raw strength. She's able to lift Superman in the air and sling him that far to the point where it goes through buildings and brick walls, denting the safe, metal. It's pretty obvious she can lift several tons, like how she slung that easy. I mean, she's one of those characters that can punch hard, obviously, because of her strength and everything. I think it's fair to say, similar to how Zod was able to do this to a car, I think it's fair to say, without a question, due to the yellow sun, she can lift up stuff like this, right? That's a bare minimum, right? I mean, you can tell she's strong just for the simple fact when you see her jump. There was implication she was going to destroy this jet right here if Superman didn't intervene. So durable aircrafts, her punches can definitely break apart with a single hit, it's implied. When it comes to solid concrete or brick walls, we know she can break through that stuff. Look how hard she threw Superman in this occasion. Imagine how embarrassing this would be if a Kryptonian couldn't punch through concrete walls or brick walls. So obviously she can do this kind of stuff with laughable ease. Like you can literally see all of this. She just busts through. These aircraft she can punch through. There's no exact math to this, but the best way to understand her strength is to understand Superman's strength because she doesn't have that many showings. So if there was a grid, I would definitely say she's nowhere near his strength level. We really don't know the strength difference. So yeah, maybe she's half his strength, but just look at it like this. If he can lift something heavy, let's assume she can at least lift half that weight, right? Isn't that fair? Right? I mean, we really don't know the actual, but work with me here. She doesn't have that many showings. Work with me. There's clear implications Faora has to be able to lift at least 10 tons if his kid self, Superman, can lift a school bus as a kid not fully matured, nowhere near his full strength, because he does grow stronger with age, and he's like literally a kid here. So right off gate, she should be able to at least lift a bus. I think a feat like this, she should be able to do as well, like moving this massive ship. Even though he dragged it, I'm pretty sure he could lift it up. She should be able to lift it up too, because look what he did to a building. So yeah, lifting buildings. When it comes to thousands or hundreds of thousands of tons, I don't see no reason why Faora shouldn't be able to lift this kind of weight. Or if you don't believe she can lift this kind of weight, she can at least lift half the weight of whatever Superman can do. So at least half the weight of this cruise ship or something, you know, or at least half the weight of a couple floors of a building. You know, you guys get the idea. I mean, all this stuff should go for a punching power. She can punch ridiculously hard. This is evidence of that. You see shockwaves after her punches. You even see it here with a shockwave. So she can punch hard. There was like this Kryptonian that was never talking in the movie. I think if he can do certain stuff, I think this kind of should go to her by default too. Even though we didn't necessarily see her do it, there's really no reason why she shouldn't be able to do some of the stuff he did. Like throwing trains that far in the air. This is totally something Superman has done. I mean, yeah, lifting trains is definitely believable. For Kryptonians, Superman included, Faora should be included in this too. If you somehow don't believe she can lift a train, because you're probably thinking, well, just because Superman can do it doesn't mean she can do it. Well, I beg to differ. I agree Superman is stronger, but you gotta admit, she did pretty freaking well right here when Superman was holding back, to where he was having some issues. And you see how she does against him when it comes to how hard she can hit too. Why wouldn't she be able to do this stuff? At least half of what he can do, right? Or 20% or something, who knows the exact math to it, but still. Can we all agree that whatever Superman can do on accident, she can do? Because Superman literally wasn't trying to bust a big chunk of a mountain, but if he can do this, I think she can do this too. Especially since he wasn't really trying at all. Like, he probably was using 0% of his strength. And he can still devastate a big chunk of a mountain. I think a tip of a mountain like this, she'll be able to at least tremble or at least punch apart with her blunt attacks, right? Like this occasion right here, Superman had to resort to heat vision to blast them off of him, so that you know they're not like fleas compared to him, even though I agree he's stronger still. And if you really want to analyze it deeply, there could be some truth to the fact that she might be able to actually lift a city if we compare her strength to his to some degree, even though I think Superman definitely got the advantage for sure. This can give you a real clear picture on how strong these Kryptonians are in this universe, implying that off-screen Superman shifts tectonic plate to prevent devastating earthquake. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see his feat, so it's a little vague. Yeah, but just give you a visual of how wide tectonic plates can be compared to actual continent. Like, you see this mess, like, yeah, there's a lot of potential that these Kryptonians would have had if we would have continued this universe. If we was to assume she could lift a tectonic plate or at least half of one, that would mean she can literally lift cities. Oh man, it just gets crazy. Comparing her strength to half the strength of Superman or to 10% the strength of Superman, you know, makes you wonder how strong was these Kryptonians' punches? How hard did they actually punch, you know? If Superman could do this, maybe she could do half the weight of a tectonic plate or something. Who knows? Or 20% of it, or 10% of this. Who knows? We do know she has fast hands when it comes to her fighting speed, but you're probably wondering to what degree. She has absurd reflexes to be able to blitz Superman and even dodge his attacks. Superman in this universe has crazy fighting speed. When it comes to Kryptonians of this universe, this should be Faora included. Superman, just like her, they have similar fighting speed. Whatever they can move, when it comes to point A to point B speed, they can react to that similar speeds too. I want you guys to remember that DCEU Superman is ridiculously fast to the point where characters like Wonder Woman are frozen. You know, the same Wonder Woman that can casually dodge bullets. It's a common theme. She does this kind of stuff over and over again. This pretty much proves that Faora, since she's not literally slow motion compared to Superman's speed, she should definitely be way, way past supersonic levels of speed. In this alternate reality, we get to kind of see how Faora would do against a speedster Flash being. And surprisingly, when it comes to her fighting speed, it's implied she's way faster than supersonic or even hypersonic, because she did get outmatched, but she's not considered to be completely frozen compared to a Flash. But yeah, she did get murked though. But everybody, that's just about going to do it. She doesn't really have that many flashy feats. She can't fly. She can't use the heat vision or the ice breath. Although she is strong enough to lift the weight of mountains and even punch them apart. It's just a lot about her that hasn't really been explored though. But she's a decently strong Kryptonian. How strong do you think she is? But before I get going, I got to say thanks for the donations, everybody. It helps out a lot. Respect Faora. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.